In a dramatic turn of events, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has brokered a deal that could reshape the political landscape of Rivers State, one of Nigeria's most crucial oil-rich regions. The agreement struck behind closed doors at the presidential villa on Thursday night has restored similar Fubara as a governor of Rivers State, but at a steep price. The deal, which reeks of political maneuvering, hands significant victories to Tinubu and Wike, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory (FCT), while leaving Fubara in a position that many are calling a capitulation, a governor reduced to a figurehead in his own state. The meeting, attended by Fubara, Wike, the suspended Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amehule, and a select group of lawmakers loyal to Wike, was a masterclass in political deal-making. Tinubu, wielding his influence as Nigeria's commander-in-chief, has managed to pull off what previous attempts at reconciliation could not: a resolution to the bitter feud between Wike and Fubara that has destabilized Rivers State for months. But make no mistake, this is no equal compromise. The terms of the agreements reveal a lopsided bargain where Tinubu and Wike emerge as the clear winners, while Fubara, in exchange for his restatement, has surrendered much of his political agency, effectively signing away his ambitions and influence. At the heart of the agreement is a condition that cuts deep into Fubara's political future. He will not seek re-election in 2023. This is a devastating blow for a sitting governor, effectively rendering him a lame duck for the remainder of his term. By agreeing to forego a second term, Fubara has relinquished the ability to build a lasting political legacy in Rivers State. His clout, already battered by the ongoing power struggle with Wike, is now severely curtailed, leaving him as a governor in name only. But the concessions don't end there. In a move that hands Wike unparalleled control over the state's political machinery, Fubara has agreed to let the FCT minister nominate all 23 local government chairpersons across Rivers State. This is no small matter. Local government chairmen are the backbone of grassroots politics in Nigeria, controlling patronage network, mobilizing voters, and influencing the direction of state politics. By ceding this power to Wike, Fubara has essentially handed his predecessor the keys to the state's political structure, ensuring that Wike's influence will loom large over Rivers State long after Fubara's tenure ends. Additionally, Fubara has committed to paying all outstanding allowances and entitlements owed to the 27 lawmakers aligned with Wike, who were previously suspended from the State Assembly. In return, these lawmakers, led by Amehule, have agreed to halt any impeachment proceeding against the governor. This clause alone underscores the extent to which Fubara has been backed into a corner. The lawmakers, who defected to the All Progressive Congress (APC) amid the crisis but continue to claim their seat, have been a thorn in Fubara's side. By agreeing to their demands, Fubara has not only legitimized their contention status, but also ensured their loyalty to Wike remains unchallenged. For President Tinubu, this deal is a political coup. By stepping in to resolve the Rivers crisis, he has reinforced his image as a decisive leader capable of turning Nigeria's fractious political landscape. The declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State on March 18, followed by the suspension of Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odo, and the entire State Assembly, was a bold move that signals Tinubu's willingness to wield federal power to enforce stability. The appointment of Ibok Ete Ibas, a retired naval chief, as a state sole administrator during the 6-month suspension period further underscored Tinubu's grip on the situation. The Thursday night deal marks the culmination of Tinubu's strategy to restore democratic order in Rivers State while advancing his own political interests. By brokering a truce that favors Wike, a key ally and one of the most influential figures in the APC, Tinubu has strengthened his party's foothold in Rivers, a state that is critical to Nigeria's economic and political calculations due to its oil wealth. The agreement ensures that Wike, a political heavyweight with a knack for mobilizing resources and vote, remains a dominant force in Rivers, which could prove invaluable as Tinubu prepares for his own re-election bid in 2027. Tinubu's ability to bring Wike and Fubara to the table also showcased his skill as a political mediator. Previous attempts to reconcile the two had collapsed, with both men digging in their heels over control of Rivers' political structure. The fact that Tinubu succeeded where others failed speaks to his influence and the weight of the presidency in Nigeria's power dynamics. However, the D also reveals Tinubu's pragmatic approach to governance. Stability in Rivers comes at the cost of Fubara's autonomy, and a trade-off that prioritizes political expediency over democratic ideas. If Tinubu is the architect of this deal, Nyesom Wike is his biggest beneficiary. The former Rivers governor, who built a formidable political machine during his 8 years in office, has long sought to maintain his grip on the state's politics even after moving to FCT as a minister. His feud with Fubara, his hand-picked successor, erupted when the latter began asserting his independence, threatening Wike's carefully constructed power base. The resulting crisis destabilized governance in Rivers, with the state assembly splitting into factions and impeachment threats hanging over Fubara's head. The term of the D are a resounding win for Wike. By securing the right to nominate all local government chairpersons, Wike has effectively reclaimed control of Rivers' grassroots politics. This move ensured that his loyalists will dominate the local government councils, giving him a direct line to the state's political and financial resources. With the 2027 elections on the horizon, this control positions Wike as the kingmaker in Rivers, capable of reshaping the state political future long after Fubara's exit. Moreover, there is a statement of the 27 pro-Wike lawmakers, coupled with Fubara's commitment to pay their entitlement, further cements Wike's influence in the state assembly. These lawmakers, whose defection to the APC sparked legal and political controversies, now owe their political survival to Wike's clout and Tinubu's intervention. Their loyalty to Wike ensures that the assembly will serve as a counterweight to Fubara, checking any attempt by the governor to assert his authority. Wike's triumph lies not just in what he has gained, but in what Fubara has lost. By forcing Fubara to abandon his re-election ambition and cede control of the local government, Wike has neutralized his former protege, reducing him to a governor who governs at the pleasure of others. The D underscore Wike's reputation as a ruthless political operator who plays the long game, always emerging with the upper hand. For similar Fubara, the D is nothing short of a political crucifixion. Once seen as a Wike loyal ally, Fubara's attempt to carve out his own path as governor set off a chain of events that led to his suspension and the declaration of a state of emergency. His restatement, while a reprieve, comes with conditions that strip him of any meaningful power. By agreeing to step aside in 2027, Fubara has accepted a one-time governorship, a rare and a humbling fate for a Nigerian governor in a system where second terms are often seen as a given. The loss of control over the local government chairpersons is particularly damaging. In Nigerian political system, governors rely on local government leaders to maintain grassroots support and deliver vote during elections. By handing this power to Wike, Fubara has effectively surrendered his ability to build a political base of his own. His governorship, already weakened by the crisis, is now little more than a ceremonial role, with Wike pulling the strings behind the scenes. Fubara's agreement to pay the entitlement of the pro-Wike lawmaker is another bitter pill. These lawmakers, who have openly challenged his authority, will now return to the assembly emboldened, knowing that their positions are secured and their loyalty to Wike rewarded. The promise not to pursue impeachment proceedings offers Fubara some breathing room, but it comes at the cost of his ability to govern without any real authority. Fubara has indeed been reduced to a political slave, a governor who exists to serve the interests of Tinubu and Wike rather than the people of Rivers State. His capitulation sets a dangerous precedent for Nigeria's democracy, where federal power and political godfathers can override the will of elected officials. Fubara's decision to accept these terms may have been driven by a desire to avoid further chaos or even removal from office, but it has left him as a diminished figure, a governor whose legacy will be defined by what he gave up rather than what he achieved. The Rivers D is a stark reminder of the brutal realities of Nigerian politics, where power is often won through backroom deals and strategic alliance rather than democratic ideals. For Tinubu, the agreement is a calculated move to stabilize a key state while strengthening his political network ahead of 2027. For Wike, it is a reaffirmation of his dominance in Rivers, a testament to his ability to outmaneuver his rivals. For Fubara, it is a bitter lesson in the limits of ambition when pitted against the might of political heavyweights. The people of Rivers State, however, may find little to celebrate in this arrangement. While the deal promised to restore calm, it does so at the expense of democratic accountability. A governor stripped of authority and a state assembly beholden to external forces raise questions about who truly governs Rivers. As the state moves towards 2027, the shadow of Wike influence will loom large, with Tinubu's blessing ensuring that the FCT minister remains the undisputed power broker in the oil-rich state. In the end, the Rivers deal is a triumph of pragmatism over principle, a reminder that in Nigeria's political arena, survival often comes at a steep price. For Fubara, that price is his autonomy, his ambition, and his legacy. A governor who bends his knee to secure his seat, only to find himself chained to the will of others. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.